Welcome back, y'all. Hope you enjoy this week's video. Let's dive into some action and make sure to go check out all the other fun videos we have. But for now, it's banana time.
What's up, guys? It's Monday. Rochelle had taken the GoPro home to edit, so I didn't get to do a wrap-up on this. But yeah, we got this all chooched up in the back. There'll be another one in the bottom, probably down here somewhere, and then we'll run some bars in between them. I wanted to get that set, get the front bar set. This is the top of the radiator, so that's set. It's that top one right there, so that's set. The bottom one's gonna be roughly right in here, kind of held it up and fit it, and then this is gonna be the line that sets from this bar into it. And then there'll be a small one for that. And then that's the line. You can see kind of here, I marked it through here. But that's going to be the path of all of the top bars that are going to come through right into here. That's going to be the height all the way across. What was my idea?
Honda tattoos in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That would be great. That's a pretty good one, yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we're going to Vegas, getting tattoos, you know. Woo! That'll be in a month, though.
We're getting ready.
Yeah.
Taylor ain't even trying to work for the next month. He's so ready, but I still got two places.
Yeah, you know.
Just trying not.
We gotta work to have fun, you know.
Oh man, work hard, play hard, baby.
Yep. But yeah, so this bar will come across into that, and then that'll set my line for the whole truck coming across. But yeah, and then this is gonna have the X brace in it, like right into here where those come up into those bars. And then I'll probably do another well, there will be another crossbar for the bottom of the radiator mount that'll come across. So the radiator will sit in that, and then he'll have his fuel cell in the very, very back. Well, I'll have another plate, because I was gonna do like a 90 bar, be all fancy and stuff, but I think I'm gonna just have this bar come up and then run a bar in between those two, and then plate that instead of 90 and into that, and then having two bars come off of that. Felt like that was doing a little too much, so I simplified it. Yeah, I got the X all in. Oh, and then that was my attempt at this corner bar right here. She actually turned out pretty close to what I was wanting, as you can see on the outside and stuff. She's not in position, but yeah, I just got a little bit too much on the outside and a little too much on the inside. But for the first attempt, that was pretty solid, because I have two bars on each corner that I'm intersecting, and a weird angle. It's like 30 degrees up and then like 60 degrees from that bar, and so it's a weird compound. So that'll take me some finessing, but yeah, turned out all right. And then Thursday, Friday, I'll start on probably gonna add this bottom bar first, so I can get that kind of height-wise set where I want it, and then start building these bars and the X brace in the back. And then I'm gonna build, once I get that one kind of set where I want it and looking how I want it, then I'm gonna build a matching one for the front and do the same thing on the front that I did with this one to get my set point. And that'll set my overall height for everything. And I'm gonna try, hopefully, I don't know if I will have the same heights. I think they're pretty close. But I wanna try and set these at the same height with the frame level, so that if you ever let this frame, it'll all look symmetrical, and it's all gonna be square off this bar. This bar's at 0 right now. The frame is like half a degree up, but I set that bar to 0 because you'll see that bar, and if that bar looks crooked to other bars, you'll notice that more than all these being straight and then the truck just being a little bit, you know what I mean? So I set that to 0, and that sets all my other bars to 0 this way. And then since that one's at 0, 90 is perpendicular, so it all squared out right. Because even that in the back, it's squared to the truck. And that's at a complete 90 up and down. But I'm gonna stop rambling. That's the done of that from this last week. Now I get to pull this thing out because we got another transmission for it. Duck came to pick it up and he moved it onto the trailer. He didn't really like the way that one was already feeling, just getting it on the trailer. So he asked us if we had any transmissions. Taylor made some calls. We got so now I'm gonna pull this back apart and swap the transmission out. But I'm doing it the easier way now. I'm gonna just pull motor and tranny out and then change transmission like right here. Nice and easy. And put it right back in. And oh, and
I'm gonna make your life extra easy. We just gotta remember to use it. The angler.
Oh, the leveler, yeah.
Yeah, so we can get, because it's gotta come out at a crazy angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just never use it, never think of it. This one, little
Long stuff.
Yeah.
We don't do a whole lot of real drive stuff, so we don't, you know, we ain't been needing that too much.
Nope.
But yeah, so I'm gonna get at her and get to work. We all have a great Monday. That was loud.
Man, y'all heard from Butch. It's Monday down here. He's getting ready to pull that trans. You guys know the deal. He informed you. The wife and I, we got the sawhorses out. We're gonna build a nice little cabinet right here, get organized, get all of our fluids on it, get all of our specialty tools in it. Just a lot of this nonsense that's floating around we're gonna get on there. And then we're gonna move this microwave and refrigerator over, free up this shelf here. We're gonna probably put a metal bottom in it so it can hold some serious weight. And then we're gonna use this shelf here for all of our metal stuff. All of our scrap metal, all of our metal pieces. We're gonna put some metal bins in here so we can just throw all the little random scraps in those, clean it up a lot around here. So that's what we're gonna be working on. I'll throw you guys into a time lapse. It's time to get all this mess cleaned up around here. We're growing a lot for our little space, but we can't get out of our little space and we don't want to, we like it. So we're just gonna adapt to the space we have. Let's get into some cleaning. Look at the look on that dude's face. He just loves S2000s, let me tell you. Dirty camera. Butch got her out, he fought her quite a bit. He says, S2000s. We're gonna do a little air hammering right back here, get that to fit a little bit. You can see where they already air hammered the dog out of everything, trying to get it. Butch said that thing right there is a mother trucker. We're gonna air hammer that a little bit, air hammer that a little bit. But he still whipped it right out. It came.
Yeah, it's like noon, I think now.
Yeah, not even. Donnie just went for lunch, so like 11:30.
Okay, yeah.
That guy's out. S2000, y'all know the deal. It's pretty straightforward.
That one going to that one.
Yeah. Another healthy dog right over here. Same but different, same but different. Should go pretty smooth. Butch is gonna kill that. I got the wife helping me. We're making a wood mess over here. Little shelf with tree going on. Yep, I'm not a carpenter, so don't judge. It's gonna work. We're gonna take and build that baby all the way up. That's gonna host all the stuff that we need shelved, I guess you could say. There's so much random stuff that's just sitting on benches around here that could just be put onto a shelf. So we're gonna shelf that up, move the mini fridge over here, change some things up. Well, I'm sure this battery's gonna die on us, but good morning. It's just Butch and I down here today. We went to Core-Mark this morning and the welding store, got a bunch of stuff. Man, and a bunch of parts came in for the wagon. I'm doing new front control arms, new rear control arms, new trailing arm bushings, new camber kit, new upper control arms. I've owned tons of these EFs and never have I put new suspension on it. But the wife, she wants to keep this one, so we're gonna make sure it's a good daily for all of us to enjoy. Plus, when you put a little power to it, you gotta make sure you got some good suspension parts on it. Butch is going to fly through this thing like he does all the jobs around here. And man, always something. These people, they just don't know what they want from me. Dang phone people. Not answering that one. But he's gonna fly through this one like I was saying, like he always does. We've got for the first time we have ever put a converter into an S2000. If you guys go way back, Rochelle and I had to do it in her EG, and it all worked out fine. But normally you don't have to put them in S2000s, but this one is a K-series in here on a K-series ECU. And Butch thinks he discovered the VTEC issue already. JDM K24A, no pressure switch.
They had the plug and everything. The plug was like down where it was supposed to be, and I thought it was plugged in and everything, and then I went to like unplug it, and then there was nothing there, and I was like, oh, that's why it doesn't work.
So we ordered one from O'Reilly's. We got it in. Should be able to do that. It does throw a VSS code, and Hondas are picky about check engine lights and VTEC, and I know VSS is kind of one of the big ones that it likes, so that could still be a culprit, but I know for a fact Honda ECU with just like a K Pro or something like that on it, unless it's turned off, isn't gonna be working. So we're definitely gonna do that there. I'm sure we've had 2, 3, 4, 5 of them now that we've added pressure switch to and got the VTEC to work. Yeah, so we believe that's it. I'm truly starting on Lee's EM1 today. I'm in my feels on it. We're gonna get this S2000 moved. I'm gonna throw it on the lift to get it up, strip it, just throw it on one of these carts that we have, and just kind of roll it around the shop. It's gonna be kind of in the way, but not really. We're just gonna have to get it done. That's the means of that. I'm gonna change this battery before it dies. Let's dive into some action. This car has all the goodies, y'all. As you guys just seen there, titanium hardware throughout the entire engine bay, injector dynamics, Deechworks parts. We got ARP, we got S1, we got FCS parts. You name them, we've got them. Ferrera, Weisco, all the leading names going into this car here. Some K-tuned parts. A little bit of everything is getting thrown on this EM1. 2000 Civic Si, beautiful freaking car, just like all of Lee's. Red Miata was his. The white MR2 y'all haven't seen, but that thing is just gorgeous. And then of course this car. I'm gonna get ready, strip this bay down. I'm gonna start at the front, I think, work my way to the back, and I mean I have to pull everything off this car. I've got 2 empty shelves over there, and I'm gonna fill them right on up. I guarantee it. I wanna keep this thing tidy. I've been waiting, like I said, for the shop to be clean. It's finally clean, it's finally time. So let's jump in. Let's pull radiator, fluids, engine, cruise control, brake master, booster, you name it, it is coming off this car, unfortunately. And then all the rear end, everything out the bottom, S1 built all-wheel drive kit. She gonna be rad. Let's dive into it. Butch, man, this guy, he over here breaking his back. These S2000s are super uncomfortable to try to do anything underneath the dash in. I had quite a bit of time spent on one. I did a full paint body on one, put a Rotex supercharger on it, a bunch, and man, yeah, crawling around under the dashes is not the most fun. Well, let's see how this day progresses, and hopefully it all goes smooth. Slow but steady progress. It wins the race, let me tell you. I'm over here just taking everything off this car, just little by little, piece by piece. I'm gonna strip it down in this engine bay here. And the main reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to pull all the engine with everything on it, because it's all getting stripped off anyways. New intake, headwork, exhaust, you name it, it's getting new. And to get this supercharger on, It is a pain in the rear due to this bolt right down here. That one right where my finger is at, with all this AC stuff in the way, all the lines, it's almost impossible to get that bolt, and that bolt's for the power steering. As you can see, it's still sitting right here. So I gotta get that bolt out, and it's easier if you just remove all this out of your way, because then I can get right down into it, get a tool on it, get that baby popped off. So that's what I'm working on. I'm gonna pull the intake off because it has a Praxworks carbon intake for this car as well. Wiring's getting cleaned up. Like I said, everything's getting taken off, so I'm just gonna piece it all apart, throw everything over on the shelf, and that is where I'm at. Butch is actually working on the Regal. We got the S2000 kind of figured out. I'm gonna try to do some more readings, see if we can figure out why the speedometer doesn't work. It's just kind of a weird deal. I've never done a K-series in the S2000. The converter boxes for like EGs, EKs, RSXs, things of that nature. I did read though that when you do the conversion box, you need the RSX speed sensor. They fit in the S2000 transmissions apparently. That was just a quick little Google search that I did, and everybody says make sure you're using the RSX speed sensor. So maybe that's the problem that we're having. It's the S2000, because the box might not read the S2000s, because it's like, yeah, and it's still an S2000 trans, so it's probably like, hey, you haven't changed nothing, even though we have, so maybe it needs a different sensor to read. I don't know, that's just what I've read. But the car runs good, VTEC's working, everything's good that way, so the S2000 is basically done. The transmission job was the big job with the car, and it definitely got done and fixed the problem with that. And then the wiring was just a bonus on top, and I told him I don't even know if the converter box will actually fix our issue. It may be even more than that, so we'll do a little bit more looking, but for right now we're gonna call it good and focus on this Regal right here. But that's how our day's going. It's going spectacular. It's been just chilling, Butch and I. It hasn't been bad. I'm cruising on Lee. I'm gonna continue to tear this thing down. We'll hopefully catch you guys when this thing has no engine. All right, y'all, I got the intake pulled off this, and I just noticed some not good, not bad. That's number 3, and its arrow's facing number 2 instead of facing number 4. This cap is backwards. It needs to go that way in the series, and it shows through the oilers. That's the way that they all go.
And that's where they come together too.
Yep. And then I popped this cap. She is chewed up pretty good on that one. So I'm not sure exactly if these are stock cams or if somebody's put a set of cams in this thing with a bigger lobe duration. I mean, that is a pretty hefty lobe on there. But I'm not quite sure if that's stock or not. I'm gonna check the grooves. They're solid on the end. So I'm gonna look, see if I can find a name on these and pull this head out. But I'm gonna get the head off tonight, call it a night. And then tomorrow I'll get in, work on Donnie's car, and work on getting this thing stripped. That came off pretty painless there after I got all the stock stuff out of the way. You gotta get these bolts there for that bracket. That thing's kind of a bugger. Get the few bolts out of that guy, and then this all comes right apart. Overall deck surface looks pretty dang good. It has been worked on before. I think they put some copper spray on a head gasket. They did a head gasket job on this thing. You can see where it's been worked on. But overall, cylinders look good. Everything there looks as it should. Pretty happy. But this head, I don't know what we're gonna do about this dang head. I'm not super happy with how everything looks on it. We do have scoring on the actual head itself. You guys can see that there on a lot of them. You can actually see where it was rubbing and where it wasn't rubbing. This one there looks good. This one there has a little bit. That one a little bit. That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. This one has a big old chunk taken out of it. This one, it's all pretty good. It's got a little bit of wearing. And then this one here, it got taken on pretty good also. It's got, I mean, that's pretty much unusable right there. These two end caps, they got it really, really bad. And then just the bottoms of these caps, they're all really bad shape. This engine set, like I said, had a head gasket. Somebody had done some repairs on it. I don't know what the story is with it, but I'm gonna call the customer down, see what he wants to do, and go from there. Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's gonna be a good day down here. Donnie finally showed up to work, my Lord. And he shows up just so he can work on his car. We see how this guy is. He don't come around no more unless his car is getting worked on. We got Christian's hatch in here. Butch is gonna dive into a little bit of wiring on it. We did get this car running. We have to jump the starter in order to get it to start. And then even then, sometimes it don't really start. Like, we cranked on it, and then out of nowhere, it just boom, fired right up. Like something
clicked.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. But it drove in under its own power, so we know it runs. Donnie's getting a smaller turbo on here. The old ching chang board is just too much for the old. Woo! What you think, Donnie? What you think?
Small turbo time.
Small turbo time.
Small turbo time. Undercompensating.
Yeah. Oh. He got a little turbo somewhere around. Oh, right here. Okay, so you're stealing this fitting for this one. I'm down for that. This little guy here, precision.
Courtesy of
Borg wasn't good enough for him, so he had
Fast
to go.
Eddie.
Yeah, Fast Eddie.
Well, I mean, like, the turbo was good. The turbo was good. It's just it's a lot of top end. Donnie don't drive fast.
Donnie didn't want to do the rolling two-step to get her to go.
No, Taylor didn't want me to do it on my stock little
Stock pump, yeah, stock pump, stock tranny. Like,
Yeah, that I just got done rebuilding. Yeah, my luck, it just break again. So we're gonna put the T3 on this, get a O2 sensor bung welded into the exhaust.
So we have two O2 sensors.
Two of them. So our tuner can have his pick and choice and do what he wants with them. At least he'll have them there. And then I'm gonna work on Brian's Prelude. Man, if my magic hands are telling me I'm right, it's the high idle valve on the back of this intake. They get loose and they unthread, and it makes the idle jump all around crazy. Especially where he's done an IAC and he's done a bunch of other things. And if it's not that, it could be a vacuum leak, but most of the time a vacuum leak will just drop the idle or increase the idle huge. So don't think it's that. I think it's the high idle valve. I'm gonna pop the screws off, tighten that baby up, and then I think this one, hopefully, fingers crossed, is good to go. And then, well, I gotta get a throttle cable on Donnie's EG because it's going to the dyno on Saturday. Dyno time. The last big expense of Donnie's pockets on that car.
Oh, don't say that.
Can you believe
Don't
it?
say it, don't.
Yeah, don't say it. Dun dun dun. He hopes it is.
I can't wait for them to make 290 horsepower.
You're the only one, I think, that he has even thought about it not making 300.
290.
Look at this. Oh, Lee thinks 280, but other than that, everyone else well over 300.
Lee thinks 280 because he's wanting to be faster than
yeah,
this.
Lee.
He
Yeah.
wants to be faster than his Miata.
Yeah.
But Lee has Miata probably making 220 at this point.
Like 2 something on the Miata, yeah. So that's where we're at for the day. Let's dive into some action. Here, Butch, you're doing it all wrong. You need that drill bit there, bud. That one will get done what you need.
Yeah. Babe, what size is that? Like,
I have no hot baby.
angel hair?
Yeah. Butch is over here working on Donnie's exhaust, and I'm just being a smart ass. This exhaust is a tough one to get through, but once you get through it, man, it just, boom,
Yeah,
drills
just
right through.
Just the little baby hole.
Yep. So I was being funny. These drill bits ain't no good. Jokes, jokes, jokes. But that's going along pretty good. We got Donnie over here working, getting his pedal box back in, and look, y'all, we got a throttle cable. It's not the beautifulest. I did have to fix this bracket, and I'll change it again and get the angle out of it. But we have a dyno in 2 days with this car, so I'm we're just making it work. And then we've got Donnie's EG in. As you guys can see, look at that. She got a precision on her now. No more board, all about that precision. Donnie changed it up once again on us. But don't worry, we still got that Borg up here. Look at that bad girl. She's gonna be going on something real soon. It was just a little big for what Donovan wanted. He wanted something a little better for the daily drivability, something a little smaller, spool a little faster, and this Precision will do just that. So we're gonna get that changed out. Butch is working on the exhaust. We literally needed to cut the V-band off, clock it just a little bit, and put it back on. It's been a lot of little stuff to get it on, but nothing too bad there. The day's been going good. We've really just been working on this stuff here, so I haven't done much recording of it. We did get the EG running. That thing's a wiring mess. I mean, it's beyond bad, y'all. It's sitting right here. It's a mess. That one's good, and this Prelude's good. I worked on it today. It had a high idle issue or a surging idle issue. I got the high idle valve adjusted, and also drawing a blank right now, adjusted the idle on this thing. So it's all good. It runs good. It idles good. Brian's on his way down to pick it up. That's kind of where we're at for the day. I think I'm gonna wrap this video up there on you guys. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. We will catch you guys next week with a fun-filled week.